What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1990 movie, The Rescuers Down Under. So in this movie, when a lawless poacher named Mick Leach kidnaps a young boy who knows the whereabouts of a rare golden eagle, the Rescue Aid Society sends Miss Bianca and Bernard on a new adventure to Australia to save Cody from McLeach. And when they get there, they get the help of Jake the kangaroo rat, who helps them out on their adventure. This movie is pretty fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and everything. It's not one of my favorites, so it's probably my least favorite Renaissance era movie, maybe. There's one other one that I might like less than this one. I'll say when I get to that one on rewatch. But this one just never been one of my most favorite Disney movies. I always love the original Rescuers and everything. I'm the complete opposite of most people. Most people prefer this one over the original and everything. And I can understand it's a really good story and everything, and the animation is way better. But I personally feel like the Rescuers from the 70s was just a little bit better movie. I kind of like the tone and stuff of that one a little bit more. It's more darker and everything. And this one is still pretty dark, but it has Wilbur, who is kind of a comedic relief, which his brother Orville was kind of a comedic relief in the first one and everything. But this one, he's voiced by John Candy, and they add a lot more humor to him. It, but they don't like overdo it with the humor either. It's like done really well and everything, but I think that Orville was a little bit funnier than Wilbur wasn't, which is crazy because John Candy does the voice of Wilbur and I think he does a good job, but I think Orville was just a little bit funnier and everything. But this was a movie that I did watch as a kid and everything. I was disappointed with it the first time I watched it, so I didn't really rewatch it as much as a kid, so I don't have the same nostalgia for it as I did the original or anything. It's not one that I have a lot of fond memories of growing up and everything too, so that could play into a factor why I don't enjoy it as much. But I will say the voice cast are all once again great. You got Bob Newhart and Ava Garber back as Bernard and Miss Bianca. I think they're both great in here. And then you got, like I said, John Candy as Wilbur. He's pretty good. And then there's this little kangaroo rat or mouse or something named Jake. He's kind of a likable character, although he's never been one of my favorite characters. I always kind of disliked him because I always felt like he was trying to take Miss Bianca from Bernard. But he's still a likable character. He's a good character and everything. He never really actually does it and everything. It's just the way the movie plays it out. And you can tell Bernard's jealous of him through the whole movie. And Bernard is my favorite character, so I always kind of took his side and everything. And then George C. Scott does the voice of McLeach, who is one of the more underrated Disney villains from the Renaissance era and everything. Like he's one of the ones that doesn't get a lot of credit, but he's a pretty good villain and everything. I don't know whether I like him more than Medusa or not. I will say he's probably creepier and crazier than Medusa was, but she was pretty crazy too. But I think he might actually be a little bit better of a villain. That's another thing that I could say this movie might have done a little bit better, is the villain was a little bit better. I just found him really intimidating and stuff. The way he wants to kill all these animals and stuff, and he's not worried about hurting a little boy or anything. I think he just is a pretty intimidating villain. The animation in here is absolutely gorgeous. One of the things that I can also say that is better than the original one is the animation is great. I really enjoyed the animation in this movie. I think it looks really good, very, very beautifully done and everything in it. It definitely holds up way better than the animation from the original. and everything, but I think that's just because of the time that it came out too. The Renaissance era was known for its beautiful animated movies, so this one's no exception on that. The animation is great, and even though Bernard and Bianca still look the same, they have a new polish to them that looks really good, and everything in the scope of the movie, it feels bigger and grander and more epic and everything, and it has a really beautiful score too. So I do enjoy this movie quite a bit. I just don't think it's quite as fun as the first one, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed they didn't sing that Rescue Aid Society song at the beginning of the movie. I know they didn't really need to because it was in the first one and stuff, but I just really love the Rescue Aid Society song. It's just really, really catchy and everything. One of the highlights of that first movie for me. But as far as sequels go, this is a pretty decent one and everything, and I can understand why people would like it more than the original and everything. Like, the animation is better, the story is more engaging, and it feels like there's more of a threat and everything in this movie with the villain and everything, so I can get why people like this one more. I just personally prefer the original a little bit more, but this is still a pretty good sequel and everything. It just isn't my most favorite of the Renaissance era, so I'd give The Rescuers Down Under a B-. It's a really good movie, not quite as good as that first one, but still a solid movie. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Rescuers Down Under, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Yeah!